17, section 9.1, grade 8. At Chow Restaurant, Mario works in the kitchen for $10 an hour. Susie works as a server and she gets $30 monthly clothing allowance plus $8 an hour. Question A says, which color of points provides information about Susie's wages? Well, if we look first at the blue one, again, we have to kind of take notice of what these actual axes are telling us. This is hours worked. We have 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. So if we look at this blue dot here, 1 hour worked right there. It says it was $10 an hour. And if it was 2 hours worked, it was $20. And if it was 3 hours worked, it was 30. And that seems to be, oh, young Mario, that's what he makes per hour. So that is actually representing, the blue is actually Mario. And the red, therefore, by process of elimination, must be Susie. Well, let's just double check. Susie, if 1 hour worked, it looks like she's getting $38 roughly for that time spent for 1 hour. Does that make sense? What's $30 for the month? That's really acting like our constant 30 and $8 an hour. So it'd be 1 hour is one of these plus 30. It'd be 38. So if she worked 2 hours, she get 2 times this, which is 16 plus her 30. So 16 plus 30 is 46. So 2 hours should be 46. If we look up here, that's just slightly above the midway point. So you have 46. And if she worked 3 hours, it would be $3 times $8 an hour, which is $24. Plus, she still gets her monthly closing allowance. So $24 plus 30 for 3 hours should be 54. So we go up from here, and it's just above 50. So yes, it's 54. So the red is indeed representing Susie. It says make a table of values with 3 columns showing time worked and total paid dollars for Susie and Mario. So I'll take my little thing here and I'll go, I don't know, that many seems good. Actually, no, let's not do it there. Let's delete that for a second. Actually, delete it here with that. Okay, let's go over this page and put it here. So I'll drop it in here. We'll go again, 3 columns and that many. And we'll label it time worked. Bear with me with my handwriting. That's in hours. Then we'll go total pay. Let's put pay, I'm too lazy. For Mario. And pay for Susie. I know it's messy. Don't stop giving me a hard time. So time worked. Well, let's go with 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and that should be good enough. So if we look at 1 hour for Mario, his total pay is 10. For 2 hours, it's 20. For 3 hours, it's 30. And for 4 hours, it's, of course, 40. For Susie, it's a little bit different. For 1 hour, it's $8 plus 30, which is 38. For 2 hours, it's that $30 monthly allowance plus 2 8-hour pays. So that's $56. So 3 hours would be 3 times $8, which is 24. Oh, I made a mistake back there, didn't I? Oh, I am so dumb. Let's do that again. So 2 8-hour shifts with 16 plus 30 is 46, not 56. And then 3 is 24 plus 30, which is 54. And then the 4-hour shift would be $8, which is $32, plus our $30, which is $62. So there we see, if just a 4-hour shift, Mario in the kitchen's only getting paid $40, while Susie's out there making $62. I'd be pretty disgruntled if I was the cook. But then it says, if the pattern continues, at what point will the 2 points meet? So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to draw, I'm going to take out my little pointer thing. I'm going to draw a dotted line right here. I'm just going to kind of connect those points and draw it off into infinity. And this one here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to draw it off into infinity. And roughly, if those 2 points, if we can kind of imagine them going beyond what you can see, they'd probably drop down somewhere around, I don't know, would that be unreasonable to say there? Let's say there. Doesn't really matter. So we have to extend it in our minds. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, roughly 15 hours based on what we can see there. Roughly 15 hours. They would be the same. I don't know what it is, but roughly it would be the same. And we can figure that out pretty simply, I think. So let's look at this then. If we look at what is the relationship between this pay and this pay, well, this formula for um, Mario is pretty simple. It's you take the hours worked in relationship to the pay. If you take his hours worked and you multiply it by 10, 10H equals his pay. For Susie, it's a little bit different. For her hours worked to her pay, she actually gets $8 for every hour worked, so 8 times however many hours, plus she has a constant of 30. That's her monthly closing allowance. That doesn't change. If she works 1 hour, she still gets that $30. If she works 100,000 hours, it's going to be that many hours times $8, but she just gets that plus 30. It remains constant throughout the equation. So we see that 8H plus 30 equals her pay, and the 10H equals her pay. So at what point, what number will I put in here where those hours will be the same? So let's just check that. So we think it looks like 15. So 10 hours, $10 an hour times 15, his pay would be $150. 8 times 15, well, 10 times 8 is 80, and 5 times 8 is 40. So 8 times 15 um, hours worked, which is what we thought it might be, is 120. Aha, 120 plus 30 is 150. So if they were to work a 15-hour shift, both would receive $150. So we've solved it using these lines here in our, extending them into infinity and beyond, and we were able to figure out that that must be what it is. Oh, there goes my calculator. Where's that come from? Ah, help me.